right, so we've had a pretty eventful last week or so for a few different reasons. Obviously, it's rest in peace for First Republic Bank. It's a real bummer, that one, because honestly, First Republic was our bank. It was a great bank. I know that a lot of investors are having this conversation like, what are we going to do now that First Republic is gone? That is definitely going around because obviously First Republic did make a lot of exceptions for big investors that had a lot of liquidity. They not only had excellent rates, but they'd give you a little bit more flexibility if you had proven yourself, if you had a proven track record and frankly, a lot of liquidity. So they're not going to be getting that special treatment anymore. Chase, Jamie Dimon came online and basically made it very clear that they were not going to continue with the business model that First Republic had. So that is gone with the wind. That's obviously causing a lot of turmoil in the commercial real estate market, especially given the office environment. There's a lot of lenders that are going to take losses on big office properties. So I do think that's going to have an effect on us in the short term. It's interesting because Kenny was asking me today, are lenders able to separate that? Like, for example, if they're taking a lot of losses in the office market, is that going to affect multifamily? I do believe in the short term that will have some effect because obviously lenders are going to be taking huge losses and they're going to need to balance that out somehow. So I do think that they're going to be a little bit more conservative here in the short term. In the long term, I don't think multifamily is going to get put obviously in the same bucket as office. Office and retail really have traditionally suffered quite a bit during downturns, economic downturns. So this isn't necessarily news, but obviously given the pandemic, this is sort of history. This is like a historic moment that we will all remember, especially in San Francisco. As an example, they were talking about it on a podcast this morning that there is a nice new office building in San Francisco that was valued at $300 million just 2 years ago. They are willing to accept a price of $60 million today for that same building. So that just goes to show you how devastating this is going to be to lenders, to investors of office. So it's going to be very detrimental to the market for a while, especially now that we're in this kind of liquidity crisis. We've got this banking crisis. There's all kinds of wild stuff happening. So the commercial market is pretty much taking a beating right now. That said, there are still, of course, some lenders available. Shockingly, there's a couple that are fairly competitive for this market. If you look at our interest rates, we do have a lender that's at 5.25% on a 5-year fixed, which is pretty amazing. So anyways, that's what's going on the bank front. Inventory is still low, around the country and residential and commercial in general, multifamily anyways. So all residential, whether it's 1 to 4 or 5+, inventory is just incredibly low right now. And the numbers just aren't really making much sense because cap rates still aren't really going up too much, definitely not in correlation or the same kind of movement as interest rates have moved. GDP. So GDP came in a little bit lower than expected, actually a decent amount lower. So their forecast was 2%. We came in just a little bit over 1%, which is good news for inflation. That just means that the economy is contracting. So that means that we are definitely feeling the effects of the banking crisis, of the rate hikes, of all of the things that are happening in the economy right now. So that should have a positive effect on inflation, meaning that inflation should be going down further. It's been coming down, but it's kind of like at a snail's pace. So the forecast has been that we should see a pickup on the decrease in inflation month over month starting in May, just because a lot of those high inflation numbers now on the 12-month trailing are going to be dropping off. So we shall see about that. That being said, the Fed meeting, we are anticipating another 0.25% hike because inflation hasn't been dropping as quickly as we need. So a lot of people are forecasting this very well may be the last hike. That remains to be seen. The world is a crazy place right now, so we don't have a crystal ball, but definitely expecting a 0.25% rate hike this month. So by the time you see this video, they might have already had the meeting. So last week we went down to City Council because of this new tenant protection order. A decent amount of you showed up, and I really, really, really appreciate that, because I don't think any of us want to be involved in politics. I never, ever, ever in my wildest dreams thought I would have anything to do with politics. Definitely don't want to. It's not fun. But also, if we want to continue doing our business, if we want to continue to keep our city, a great place to live, for people to grow, for people to have success, then we have got to fight some of these governmental people who are basically trying to tax the people who have worked very hard and created a business for themselves, have good incomes. And basically what they want to do is just take our money and transfer it over to the people who, the homeless, or people who aren't making money. Basically, they just want us to give wealth away. So that is not the way a capitalist environment works, and we're definitely fighting to keep that, because obviously San Diego is made up of a lot of small businesses, and they think that we're all just millionaires, flying around our private jets on our lavish vacations, and that is obviously not true. That's definitely not my life. That is the life of some people, of some of my clients, and kudos to them. They've worked really hard to get to where they are. In fact, most of them are self-made. And if you're watching this, you know who you are. So anyways, we are really fighting to be able to enjoy our success and live in our beautiful city, and continue to make it better and to improve it, and to continue to provide safe, quality housing as apartment operators. So there are going to be more laws coming down the pipe, just so you know. There's going to be some stuff on the ballot. So we really just need to get involved. Like, I know most apartment owners just want to put their head down and do the work. A lot of apartment owners, for lack of a better term, can be a little cheap, guys. You know who you are too. But this is the lifeblood of your business. This is your retirement. This is your investment. This is your asset. So you want to protect that. And unfortunately, that is going to require you being involved. That is going to involve you potentially having to give some donations to a cause to fight some of these city council people who are trying to pass these crazy laws, who think that, apartment owners are causing or increasing the homelessness issue. That is literally what they are saying, is that because we are fixing up apartments, that we are causing homelessness, which is just, outrageous. So anyways, I won't keep going on and on about that issue. It is incredibly infuriating. It is very frustrating, and it is simply not true. But if we don't stand up for ourselves, nobody's going to. So anyways, have a fabulous week, everybody. If you have any questions, if you're looking at deals, trying to make stuff pencil, do reach out to us. We're happy to run the numbers. I am definitely seeing a little bit of an uptick in activity, but that means that it's not easy. Like, it wasn't easy the last few years, where the market was super competitive and people were offering crazy prices. And now it's not easy because, rates are higher and there aren't as many lenders out there, and the numbers aren't making as much sense. So you got to pick your difficult. It's either, difficult because the market's super competitive, or it's difficult because interest rates are up and the number of lenders is down. So have a fabulous week, and